Nice thick Tomsy. Look what finally showed up in the mail, Knobs.
Is that 2.22?
It's 3.33. Ava 333. Finally
What?
in my hands.
How did I miss that?
You know why? Because it's 4 years late. It comes with a cool guidebook. Shows a lot of art in it. It's all spoilers. I found after flipping through it. The only thing that's disappointing is the labeling on the disc is not super great. But I haven't actually watched it yet.
Did you get a bootleg copy?
Oh, God, that would be that'd be icing on this shit cake.
But you have to admit, like, that's not out of the realm of possibility at this point.
Not anymore, you know. At this point, I haven't seen Ava 3. So, at this point, just having it in my greasy little hands. Also, reading the back of the Blu-ray case, I guess I didn't understand what happened at the end of 2.22. Maybe I need to go rewatch the first two.
Well, yeah, I couldn't tell you last time I watched them.
Let me read the first sentence here. There's like 3 paragraphs. Shinji Ikari just woke up in his Ava unit 14 years after starting the third impact. I read that and I was like, wait, what? He did the... Wait, did that happen in... What? So, hey man, I don't know. That happened, I guess. So I feel like I need to watch that again. And also now I need to watch this because what?
Yeah. All right. Come here.
It's on Amazon. It's cheap.
Yeah, but I want the reward points.
Oh, right.
All right. Evangelion.
I was thinking...
There it is. What the shit?
Ready to purchase. Yeah, on... It says it's $35 on Amazon, but that doesn't seem right.
It's $29 at Best Buy. It's back ordered.
I was just thinking though, like, anime in 2016 is crazy because you have like 1080p 5.1 Blu-rays of an entire movie for $30. You have Crunchyroll, where you can just subscribe and watch virtually every show, like as it's coming out in Japan. And I'm just thinking back to like our Suncoast days, and we weren't even like the first generation of anime watchers here in the US, so like we didn't have it super tough. But I'm remembering buying like Love Hina on VHS, and you get 3 episodes for like $40, and you choose sub or dub. You don't get everything.
Oh yeah, that was the deal. That, you know, how many times you messed up and you could just grab the new release.
Yeah, it's like, oh, they finally have it. Oh,
it's like you put it in your possession, and it's like, that's not the right picture on the side of the box. Like,
oh, I got the dub one. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I was thinking like buying... I think like one of the first anime series I had on DVD was Cowboy Bebop, and like buying that first DVD, not knowing what it is, I got lucky. It was like 6 episodes for $35, and I was like, pfft, this seems like a great value. I should probably just pick it up. At the very least, I have 6 episodes of this show. That turned out pretty alright.
Wait, this makes no sense. Alright, search. Oh, that's not good. What just happened? No. Let me confirm resolution. Alright, so I went to search for the store. Alright, and I don't know if you could see, like, what just went wrong here? Do you see that?
Yeah, what is... We have you have 3 checkout carts, and I'm on your screen. Something's weird.
Yeah, like... I
Going down the rabbit hole now here.
Yeah, no, and I just hit search for, like, yeah, sorry, so I added the cart. Well, I already did the cart, so I'm going to go to a cart again. Okay. Store pickup available in Montrose Sunday, February 7th. Okay. Change store. And then it goes back to the Trips cart. Like...
I just want to buy something. Can you, at the very least, look at what your store stock is. Maybe one of them just has it in stock and you can swing by.
That's the one that I just looked it up. It said back ordered. But
Oh.
if I had this location saved, why? It said back ordered on the other page.
Thank you, love. Wow.
All right, I'm gonna, maybe if I sign in here. Sign in. Hi, Meg.
Knob says hi.
Hi, Knobs.
Alrighty.
All right, change store. Search.
Eat a little bit.
Oh,
of
you
breakfast here.
suck.
Yeah.
I don't understand this.
I didn't think this would be done so fast.
So if I order it, my earliest I can receive it is February 29th. Or February 29th to March 21st.
I mean, you've waited 4 years. Could you wait another month?
It's out! I want it!
Amazon has it in stock.
Oh. I love that our show's devolved, our pre-show's devolved into us ordering things online.
Mm-hmm. This, like, unfortunate peer pressure of, like, look at this. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You know, alright, so I picked up The Last Witch Hunter last Tuesday.
Oh, the Vin Diesel movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that was alright.
It's exactly. It's alright.
Yeah.
I was
Based on
expect-
his D&D character.
That was... Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
apparently he's really big into D&D, and he's like, I want to make a movie based on my character. And someone said, okay.
You know, and it was... Alright, now that makes the entire spin of the entire movie even better for me. Like, number one, it opens really well. Like, that opening sequence, it is astounding. And the whole rest of the movie was just... It just carried that same momentum through the whole movie. And, like, I was expecting it to be horrible.
Yeah. Like a B-tier Vin Diesel movie.
Alright, you know what? If it's available in Montrose, I'm going on a road trip tonight.
How far away is Montrose?
I don't know, like 20 minutes.
That's not that bad.
It could be worse.
Could be like
Could be 30.
Cincinnati. Could be 30. Could be another block over. It's like Starbucks. You have a Best Buy in every corner.
Alright,
Damn, this is good. Sorry, I'm eating out all day. I'm just gonna wolf this down real quick.
Alright, let me try this one more time. Change. Alright, so... It's available in Parma. And I just drove by the Parma store on my way home.
Should have texted you.
Parma, Mayfield, Youngstown, Mansfield, Heath. Who? What? There's a Best Buy in Heath, Ohio?
I didn't even know there was a Heath, Ohio.
It's like splitting. It's like splitting the difference. Like they're both about the same. The same time to get there.
If you're watching us live, we're actually going to talk about video games at some point. If you're watching us on YouTube,
This is
I don't skip by, like, 15
we
minutes.
haven't started yet, so all right. Place order. All right,
I'm
going
eating lunch or breakfast at 2 p.m. I'm trying to order anime online.
Yeah, I am. All right,
So it's a normal pre-show, I guess.
I'm gonna do that because. All right, well, just sit and wait for my email.
That was good. Woo, jeez.
Oh,
Monday.
hey, when does the new, the new Street Fighter series start again?
Street Fighter 5?
No, the series that they're doing, like the live action one, like the Assassin's Fist guys,
Oh god, I forgot about that.
because they did that live action thing at Charlie, like that preview of what he's gonna look like.
Yeah, when does that start? I totally forgot about that.
Oh, I see. All right, makes its debut March 2016.
March. Yeah. Machinima's making it, huh?
Oh, have you watched Assassin's Fist?
I saw a clip from it. I don't think I watched the full thing.
You know
Seemed
what? I bought it twice. I'll send you my double.
Okay. It seemed pretty
'Cause
promising.
Of course I did.
I don't even question it anymore.
Well, yeah, I had to get the steel book.
That's true. I can't fault you for that.
Oh boy. All right, I guess I'll just wait for my email. And then my video card just came
Oh,
for my work PC.
Oh, right.
Because I was trying that Fire GL card from AMD ATI, the Fire Radeon card, and the board just would not run it.
Oh, I remember. Because you're trying to drive 3 monitors, right?
Yeah, well, now I'm trying to run the one. Like that 40
Just a monitor.
the 40-inch monitor that I bought, but
Oh,
the
right.
onboard will only do X number resolution, and I need to get it to like 3180 or 3820 by 2160.
Oh, so almost 4K.
Yeah, yeah, almost 4K.
Or is that 4K? Yeah,
I think that's the minimum for 4K, but I
Yeah.
know I have to run it through the DisplayPort is the only way you will get whatchamacallit 4K on a PC, which I didn't understand why I wouldn't just do it through DVI.
Well, you can. Well,
Did you know
DVI
there's
is not
DVI-I, DVI-D? I didn't even know there was a
Yeah,
difference.
don't even get me started on that horseshit. You can do it through HDMI and you can do it through DisplayPort.
Yeah, well, this one's like it has like its things like DisplayPort only will produce that image.
Well, at least you got a cable you can do it with.
Yeah, well, it came with it. Now let's see if it's long enough.
Well, yeah.
You know what? I'm going to Best Buy. I'm just going to buy a longer one.
Boom.
Problem
Look at that.
solved. That's what I do. I'm a problem solver.
I'm a cable buyer.
Oh man.
All right, let me get all my.
Excuse me,
Plates
sir.
set aside
Sir,
here.
does this come in larger than 4.5? You know, links. Hello. Hello.
Why are you leaving?
Help,
I got stuck.
Marco.
Stuck in the amiibo case.
Excuse me. 10 colors ahead of us, Johnny.
I love that commercial. Have you seen the that Hormel pepperoni commercial
No.
with the My Sharona with pepperona?
Yes. All right. Yeah, I have.
I can't stop laughing at it every time it comes up.
Oh, I love
It's so dumb, and it
advertising.
reminds me of that Weird Al song, My Bologna.
There was another one. My Corona was another one they did
Oh
up.
yeah.
My Sharona. Oh man, I haven't even filed yet this week.
I've got 4 games I'm playing, so this might be a short episode.
I've got 3, and one kind of new one. Now, are we recording that thing on the 11th? The recap game club, because I still don't know when that date is.
You and I?
No.
Oh,
I thought you were in the loop on
Shit,
it.
man, I don't know.
I mean, you know me.
I just own the podcast. I don't totally know what the schedule is. Let me look at the forums.
Because we had bounced that around a little bit.
Yeah, it usually has to shift a little bit here and there. Oh, somebody joined the forums. Join the forums, tvgp.tv/forum.
Yeah.
33, Asura's Wrath. Recap recording date, February 11th at around 9 p.m. EST. So the forum says.
So that's next.
So it has been written.
So it shall be.
The council has spoken.
The Council of Two.
The council of 2 people that don't actually produce that segment. We've
Yeah.
spoken.
Yeah. What is? Yeah, 'cause like I had. I think I'm gonna have to really defend the crap out of that game.
Yeah, it's divisive.
Yeah, because I asked Scott last night what he was thinking about. He's like, well, you know, I'm through episode 6. I'm like, that's it?
So like an hour?
Yeah. He's like, well, I mean, I don't know how I can like a game that really isn't a game. I'm like, oh god,
Then just watch it, enjoy it, bro.
just it's not so much a game that it's a spectacle. Like,
It's kind of an... I hate using the word, but it's kind of an experience.
Yeah.
You know, like,
It is, and I go like, all right. So I was playing it through. Oh, we'll talk about that on the show then.
Yeah.
But
but that's
yeah,
the good part about you joining the Game Club cast will be at least there's someone on the show that is able to say, here's why I like it, here's why I think it's a good game, or even if it's not a good game, at the very least you can say, sure, it's not great, but here's why I love it.
oh yeah, no, I think that game is great.
Yeah.
And
to me, like the perfect example of a Game Club game is, you know, Syndicate that we played recently. What's our favorite? What's that Obsidian game? The one we love, our favorite flawed gem.
oh, Alpha Protocol.
Like those are kind of my two examples where Syndicate and Alpha Protocol both have problems. They're not amazing games. They're kind of good enough on a gameplay perspective, but there's something about both of them that kind of lifts it up a little bit to say, well, it's not the best game. This isn't the best game you're going to play, but it's
we
pretty
sure had a
damn
lot.
good.
Well, it's. I don't think. I think it should be more about like, did you have fun, and can you defend why you had fun with it?
Right.
Because that's the same thing I felt with Syndicate. Like, yeah, that game has problems, but oh boy, did I have a lot of fun playing that game.
Yeah. Like, look
And-
at Deadly Premonition. That is one of the worst, the most poorly made game of probably the last 15 years. And it's one of my favorite games of all time.
Yeah.
Because the sum of its parts is so much better than this early PS2 looking tank control garbage shooting game. But it's great almost in spite of that. And maybe a little bit because of it. And then you look at something like Asura's Wrath. That's a good story told interestingly with some interesting ideas. They don't all work out, but that's okay.
I mean, it's like going into games like I felt the same way. Like it's like playing to compare two games of a similar genre. Like I would probably put Ninja Gaiden and Ninja Blade.
Right.
Two diametrically different games for ninjas.
Right. Man, both of those games are good.
I agree.
For like
and good for
wildly
different
reasons. Yeah. Interesting.
What is what was it? Ah, screw it. I'll file after the show. My U-boat.
Are you ready to start this thing?
Yeah.
Ooh, all right.
Check out the pre-show.
Check out the pre-show at youtube.com/thatvideogamepodcast. All right, let's get started in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of That Video Game Podcast. I'm your host, Boston, and joining me, as always, Mr. Knobs.
What's up?
2 pieces of programming notes here at the very beginning. Come join our Discord server. There's a ton of us chatting in there all the time. I put a button on the front page of the site, tvgp.tv. It looks like a little speech bubble with a controller in it. Click on that guy. Click accept. You're going to be chatting with us. We're all in there chatting when we're supposed to be working. So, it's a good time. Second off, voting has started for TVGP Game Club number 34.
What?
Voting is still going to go on until I think Friday of this week, February 12th. So let's list what we got. Musim has recommended Jade Empire because he's a monster. Dimebag315 has recommended Max Payne 3, and Oddball has recommended Binary Domain. So you got 3 pretty different but pretty interesting games there.
I haven't played any one of those.
Oh, well, Binary Domain is probably up your alley. The Hannah in the forum says a transitional BioWare RPG, a sequel no one expected, and a squad-based third-person shooter published by Sega. So,
well, Binary Domain seems like it checks a lot of boxes for me.
Yeah, that game is weird. Yeah, so go vote, tvgp.tv/forum. Go, if you haven't joined, Knobs always wants you to join and come chat with us.
I do.
Yeah, so go join, make him happy. You don't want to make him sad. But let's move right into it. Knobs, what have you been playing this past week?
All right. Well, this past week was, kind of trying to get back into the flow of things after being gone all week. Last week, Monday Night Game Night, live and strong, and man, are we much better at Battlefield 4 than we are at Battlefront.
So good to be home.
So here's the thing, like, we're carrying like the entire group of people anymore, and it's crazy, like how much. I think because we were struggling so hard to do okay at Battlefront that I think it's made us better at Battlefield.
Oh, like you were running up a mountain with backpack full of cinder blocks. Now you took it off and you're like, "Pfft, this is easy."
Oh yeah, like we're freewheeling, and like just being able to shoot things accurately and have them go down in a reasonable number of bullets.
Yeah.
Or like instead of like a gajillion blasters. But yeah, it is. We are having a ball. Like we're scoring a lot more points too than I ever remember. We were on a losing side last night, and every one of us was over 10,000 points. We would have been in the top 3 on the winning side.
Wow.
Like we're just rolling people, and I mean, we're averaging probably. I think that one like last night. Like I didn't think I rolled off. Like I was like 30 and 33. I'm like, like it didn't even feel like when I felt like I was dying 30 times at Battlefront. It literally felt like I was just continually dying and accomplishing nothing.
Well, you were going like 3 and 30 instead of 30 and 33.
Right.
Yeah.
And man, blowing up vehicles and just running around those maps again. I just
feels so good.
It's like an old Afghan. Like you just like, yes, my grandma made you, and you're just gonna lull me to sleep.
Yeah, now I'm ready for a nap. Oh yeah.
It's a Bafghan. Like it's the greatest thing in the world.
Put on that Excalibur movie, just pass right out.
Yes. And we were. I mean, like last night we were playing till probably like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday night.
With Battlefront, you'd be like, after 1 or 2 matches, you're like, well, I
like,
got other stuff to do.
It was like 2 matches, I'm going to bed because I hate myself.
Yeah, I'm going to go take an angry nap.
Yeah, and that's what it was turning into, and man, we were all really salty.
Yeah.
I still know a few people who really never really liked Battlefield 4 to begin with, but, majority rules. I mean...
Yeah.
This isn't just me that's having fun. Like we all seem to be having fun, and the Claymore talks are back. Like just the weird vendettas we get on random people. Like what was it, Mick Grizzle or something? like killed me, and then obviously bagged me a little bit.
Naturally.
So then it was my mission to hunt him down for the remainder of the match.
God, I don't know what it is about teabagging, but it makes me see red. I don't know what it is about it, but my initial reaction is like, that is so rude. How dare you, sir?
It is, and it was like, all right, I get it if you took my tags or I was doing something really dumb, like noobing it up or whatever.
Yeah.
But it was, you had 2 health left, and was really lucky I missed with that first shot.
Right.
I mean, honestly, that's what it was.
That's not a teabagging opportunity.
And then you kill me with a shotgun, within 2 or 3 paces. I mean, number one, you could have just turned and sprayed that thing. I think it was an auto shotgun too. So that's probably what he did.
Of course it is.
He hops over and there goes pink, pink, pink. I'm just like, you son of a.
It's not even like sometimes if someone gets they just get you. Like you look at them and you go, okay, I will take that bag. You have earned this. With an auto shotgun at point blank, no, bro.
Yeah,
that's you're playing easy mode.
Oh yeah, that's and that's why Ian plays too. He's a shotgun camper. He's the worst when it comes to that stuff.
Yeah,
because I'll spawn him. I was like, yeah, you're in a corner again. Yeah,
he's gonna do it.
It's like sometimes you get some points where you can't spawn off him because he's like nestled in somewhere, and you're like, dude, just step out a little, run around, play the game.
So we have two good comments in chat here. Dimebag315 says, so teabagging offends more than words, LOL? Yes, 100% of the time.
Oh yeah.
Someone
no,
can call me something in that. I don't really care. But you drop that bag, and I'm just like,
it's like, all right, I would get the one. Like the one is like, all right, yeah,
Just like, boop, see
I
ya.
owned you. Boom, you're out. But when you sit there, you're like, brrr, I'm like, oh, it's like each one I get just more mad. It's like, oh, I just want to stab you in the taint. Like, oh,
skill nor luck in chat says the bag is mightier than the sword.
agreed.
Yes, absolutely.
Agreed.
Oh man. Okay, we
Man.
gotta move on because I'm starting to get hot here.
Yeah, no, like even talking about it makes you angry.
And I don't even know why. Like, it's a digital person's bag touching my digital person's body. Nobody's actual parts are involved here. Oh, it gets me so mad.
Oh man.
My stars.
But yeah, like, all right, my sniping game has severely diminished.
Okay,
like,
you got to get back on that horse.
I just don't have the patience for it anymore. To really, like, and every once in a while, like, if I know there's a group of guys, like, we were playing Zavad 311, and there was consistently 2 groups on top of these things. And, I was working my way up, and now I'm using, like, one of my rifles, or one of my, my DRM rifle. I put a silencer on it, so I can actually shoot the thing open, because you could turn it down to lock it, but you have to shoot it to get it open. If it's silent, you don't mark yourself when you do it,
Right.
because that's usually where they catch you and then light you up. So I got up there and I peeled 4 of them off, and then across the way there's another pack of snipers, and I just see all their scopes face my way. I shoot 1 rocket launcher off, and I got 2 of them, and then the rest of the bullets came flying in. Like, I just like okay, corralled it up there. It was awesome.
That's
it was such a great moment. But yeah, in, like, if I knew those guys were there, and I was like, all right, these guys are gonna be in the next match, I kind of have a feeling where they're gonna snipe. So I'll get out my sniper rifle and I'll start picking them off. And I was hitting them, wasn't putting them down though, which was really frustrating. Like, I was good enough to get a bullet on them, but not enough. Didn't hit them high enough to knock a headshot.
Yeah.
And then one of the maps they were hitting at like over 1,000 meters. They were just raining. I'm like, all right, guys.
Yeah, you can't really fight that.
I'm gonna, like, I was like, man, I wish Tom Gamer were here, because he'd make short work of you chumps.
Yeah.
But
It's like, oh, you're lucky. Lucky our good one's not here. You guys are getting away with it this time.
Yeah, but it's just running around. Like, I just love running around. You're for a game that doesn't have like a jetpack or double jump or anything. You are extremely mobile in that game.
Yeah.
Like, even stuff's in your way, like, you could vault over most things, and you just can beeline almost anywhere in the map. It's a better game. It's a better game.
Yeah.
And I don't understand how the same team can do something so poorly and not be. I don't know.
I think that's the part that's just so confusing.
Because it's like running on ant trails. Like, if you veer from the path, your mobility's down to nothing.
That's weird.
Like, it's like you just run, follow the path, and that's all you got.
It's like driving off-road in like a serious racing game where it's like, nah, man, you were doing 200, now you're doing 5.
Yeah, like it.
Good luck.
That's part of the frustration I really have with playing Battlefront is I feel like I'm stumbling over every pebble.
Yeah.
Like, it seems to brick me. Like, just run, boom. I'm like, what? Oh, this one rock that's the size of a softball.
Yeah, I guess I
stopped all forward momentum.
I touched a branch on the ground or a leaf.
Like, I could have been like in one of those Al Qaeda training commercials, like rolling over the top of the hill. Like, just get barrel roll, something, man.
Do anything. Lift your feet up.
Don't just stop, because that turbo laser is gonna kill me.
Yeah. Yikes.
So I as far as I'm concerned, this, until we find something better or equal as this, I can't put my faith behind anything else right now.
Well, I think that puts a little bit more credence behind Battlefield 5. So you can kind of say, like, all right, Battlefield 4 was great. Hardline was not really something all of us were interested in. Battlefront didn't really ever click, wasn't good enough. Battlefield 5, like, that That another traditional Battlefield game. That might be
Well,
the ticket.
Here's even the other thing is they're continually patching this thing too.
And putting out a ton of DLC that's actually reasonably priced and has a ton of stuff in it.
Yeah.
Man, good on you, DICE.
I mean, it's like they're supporting them. It's not like the Call of Duty that's coming out every year.
Yeah.
Like and this. When did Battlefield 4 come out? Like 2014 or 2013?
Probably 13. It's been a couple of years.
Yeah.
Because Battlefront came out 2015. Hardline came out in 14 or early 15.
It came out last year.
Okay.
Hardline came out last year.
So it would have probably been around 2013.
But yeah, just the sheer longevity is that game plays that well.
Yeah. Man.
So
yes, 2013. October 29th, 2013.
Yeah.
So
and
still holding strong.
I mean, we're still playing it. We're still having a blast.
Yeah.
And just even the ability to spawn on your squad.
Something so simple.
Or spawn on a point you control on the map.
Yeah.
It's so much better. Like you getting back into the fight isn't spawning from your camp and running all the way through Endor to get to where the action is. And just to get shot twice and die.
Right. Even worse.
Anywho. So we played that several times this week. But I'm just surprised that our skill set is still very, very applicable. Because we were playing Rogue Transmission, and we were having it out with this guy, Atomic Dragon. All we cared about was killing Atomic Dragon.
Yeah.
And we were fighting over A for the entire like everyone else is off doing their stuff, and there's like our squad, like 5 of us and 20 of them, and it's like all quiet on the Western Front. Like we're getting wiped left and right, but we are slaughtering so many people over there.
Wow.
They're pulling in tanks, and Scott and I are cleaning up armor. Like I'm throwing my pieces of candy all over the place and just blowing up. It keeps fun. Like,
yeah.
For as much as I hated 3.
Yeah, which is so weird.
Apparently 3 was supposed to be better than this one. Like, and I just don't understand it.
It's just one of those ones that never really clicked with you.
But I think now, knowing now what Battlefield is supposed to be, I think I probably would enjoy 3.
Oh, right. Now that you kind of know, like, what
now
the basics
I know what
are.
Yeah, I understand how to play Battlefield, and it took literally finding that class of guns that opened that game up to me.
Right.
And there is so many things, so many different ways to play in that game that anyone that enjoys the shooter can figure out some way that they can exploit that game.
Yeah.
Oh,
man.
That's a lot of fun.
Good times.
All right. So, enough of Battlefield 4 talk. I started and finished Asura's Wrath vanilla campaign.
Okay.
Leaving me only the Nirvana DLC, which I think is the only DLC you really should play out of that group.
Yeah. The other ones were like Ryu from Street Fighter and some other strange stuff.
Akuma,
right.
But weirdly enough, that those 2 characters kind of fit into this weird, crazy world.
Yeah.
And how they brought it about. But yeah, so that one you didn't need, and I don't think you need 15.5 where you play as this, anime style quick time event thing with Yasha.
Oh, right. That was a side story, really, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that is really pertinent. But the coup de grace is the Nirvana DLC, the Nirvana episodes, which is like another chapter on the game itself.
Right.
Like they could say, it's like, well, you're paying for the real ending. No, not really, because it ties up all its bows. It just takes a crazy game and just says, okay, how can we make this crazier?
Yeah, how crazy can we make this before the 360 breaks?
Yes, and it's awesome. So I cannot wait to re-experience that because I had a blast. And I think my playthrough took maybe 5.5 maybe 5 hours,
That's not
five and a
bad.
half hours.
A rainy day. Like I think we said last week, like a good rainy day kind of knocked that out in one sitting.
Oh yeah, and I think I sold Tom Gamer on the game because I had just restarted the campaign again and going through that, and I forgot how amazingly awesome the Wizen fight is. The first like big 7 deities that you fight in that
Oh,
game.
right.
Where how it just goes, you throw him off the cliff, he turns gigantic. And you're like,
Just monstrously huge.
okay, so you take care of him, and then you have this great scene where you're punching your way, and you think you're going to punch your way through the guy, like through his big stomach, but what happens is he gets to that point, and you're coming through, and it gets all red, and then he just rubber bands all the way out into space.
Forgot about that. I really need to finish that game one day because it's so good.
And then he turns into, because I'm describing this because this is in the demo itself. Like you
Yeah.
have the Wizen fight and the Blind Samurai fight, which are two of my favorite fights in that game. And holy cow, like when he comes in, is that giant thing, and there's always just comes a finger down. And
Yeah, just the one finger that's larger than the planet.
yeah.
God, that game is so cool.
Yeah, then you play like the next two chapters with no arms because you broke them punching the god finger.
Oh,
Like-
right. Break off your arms.
And I was explaining, he's like, "Oh, is it like playing like Master Hand?" I'm like, "No, it's way bigger."
You just the biggest you can think, and then twice that big.
Yeah, and it's awesome. And plus, just visually, that game's awesome. All right, did you know Sergey, the real pretty boy looking guy? That's Steve Bloom's voice. I had no idea.
Really?
Yeah,
He's so versatile.
it was amazing. Like I'm sitting there, I saw it, and I was like watching the credits at the one of the end of the chapters. I think it's broken into 3 chapters.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting there, I was like, Steve Bloom, Sergey, what? That's not even close to him.
He's everywhere.
Like that's not Spike, like
Yeah.
or Wolverine.
I was about to say, or Wolverine, yeah.
But yeah, so I pounded through that game. I love every minute of this game, and I understand that the gameplay is very simplistic. The gameplay is more the vehicle to what you're watching
Yeah.
than anything. It's like to make you feel involved. It's not rewarding in the fact that there's a very deep combat system, even though you can figure out a way to really exploit not his burst moves, but his combo. Like one of the gauges, and all this stuff is explained really poorly in the game itself.
Yeah.
Is the stars and the unlimited like Y hits that do crazy damage.
It reminds me a lot of Zone of the Enders 2, where it's sort of like, okay, I guess I can like punch stuff and shoot all these lasers, but the more you dig into it, the more you keep like peeling the layers of this onion back, where you're like, oh, that's crazy. Okay, well, I got another mech. What does this one do? Oh, this one doesn't have arms? What am I teleporting for? Like, you keep pulling this back, and you're like, this game is nuts. I've always felt the same way about Asura's Wrath, where you have those additional modes it gives you, and as you start peeling that game back, you're sort of like, that's pretty hard. Okay.
Well, yeah, I would imagine instead of like peeling an onion, it's more like peeling an avocado. Like like once you get down to the nut, it's what you have to do, and the game becomes a little more satisfying, and you work your way to build your boost meter or your burst meter as fast as possible, because that's what the vehicle that drives it on. So you have your health bar, then underneath it is your burst meter, and that usually is a large quick time event that moves everything forward. So the combat is based on that. So if you can limit your baseline combat to more damaging moves, you build it that much faster, which moves the game along, where instead of just trudging your way through one thing after another.
And it's sort of funny too, hearing you talk about it. It's kind of sort of on its surface, it sounds indicative of everything that was wrong with the last generation, where it's like a focus on story, very little gameplay, a ton of cutscenes, QTEs out the butt. But all of that stuff is bad, but when you take it in Asura's Wrath and you smush it all together and do it really well, and tell this crazy over-the-top anime story, and then sort of slather that art style on top of it, it's kind of It's much better than the sum of its parts.
Yes, and I agree. Like, and for me, like as a game player, like I like being more involved in the cutscene than just watching it.
Right.
Like I like to be the one that like lands that excellent punch, whether it means anything or not. But just
even if you just have
watches-
to hit X once,
you just
you're
hit it. Like
yeah,
I feel
did it.
like, yeah, dude, totally nailed
Yeah.
that guy.
I shot that guy into space. Woo.
That's fun. Oh
Yeah.
man. But yeah, so I'm really looking forward to going through and playing Nirvana again
Yeah.
because it is. That's going to be. I think it's going to be crazier than I remember it being the first time around. And I
think,
feel like I'm going to have to go to the mat on this game during the recap episode.
yeah, I was just gonna say, programming note: the recap episode should be recorded this week. So if you're watching this after the fact on YouTube, there's probably another recap episode here. If you're watching this live or you're listening to it on Monday, twitch.tv/E1M1 Network, follow the show. We tweet out every time it goes live, so you can see a bunch of peeps probably fight about
Now-
a divisive game.
there are upgrades in that game. It's your life bar. Your life bar has significant. There's several life bars. I think there's 13 of them total that
Right.
have significant events or that help you in that game significantly.
Yeah.
Like they're like I played. I think, man, I played through all of them. The only one I could not finish the game in was with the human health bar, which did not give you any perks at all.
Oh,
Like-
so it's like the hardest gameplay.
Oh, even on easy, like it was almost impossible to get through that game because you were a glass cannon.
Oh, right.
You were just getting rolled unless you were deficient or you were proficient in countering. And that's the other thing. There's a way to counter. There's recovering. All this stuff helps you build stuff. So if you're paying attention and not blindly mashing, you could really pound through this game.
You're turning into Neo at the end of the first Matrix movie.
Exactly, and it happens so fast.
Yeah. Well, I'm very interested to hear very excited to hear the recap episode. Should be interesting.
I have too, because man, this game is some of my favorite visuals.
Yeah.
Oh man,
It still looks really good. Wish we got a PC port. That thing would scale really nicely.
I'd be eye bleeding. It still looks really good on the 360.
Who put that out? Capcom?
Capcom.
Hey man, they just came out with a Dragon's Dogma PC port. Who knows?
Oh.
There still might be a chance.
Maybe. I
Yeah.
doubt it.
Probably not. It's
That's
nice to
gonna
dream though.
That's gonna sit in a vault somewhere other than our shelves.
Just an intern being like, "Hey, can we do an HD PC version of Asura's Wrath?"
Wrath?
And executives are
No.
like, well, Asura's, Sega made that, right? No, maybe that was Konami. Yeah, it wasn't us. See you later.
Yeah. But
Okay, I'll try tomorrow.
oh man. So the last game I played this week was the pre-sequel. Still working my Claptrap playthrough. Hopped in with Ian because now Ian has the game.
Mm.
So I hopped in his game. He was level 9. I was level 17, and oh man, that XP scaling is so frustrating at that point because he caught up to me like almost immediately, and I was doing all the work.
Curses.
But as like, and the other thing, like having more than one person running around this world makes that game even better
Yeah.
because like the two characters are even playing off each other a little bit, and at
Oh
certain
yeah,
points,
because they talk out in the field all the time.
yeah, and
Yeah.
Claptrap saying weird stuff the whole time, like every 100 seconds.
Right.
Like my favorite, every time he says "get off my lawn," I have laughed out loud.
It's so dumb.
It's so great though. Like it's just one horrible Clint Eastwood quote after another.
Yeah, that's true.
00 trap. Like what the hell?
It's so stupid. Oh, Claptrap, you're so dumb.
Like and then with so he was playing as Doppelganger Jack, and he had just unlocked the motivational tree where it says be the change you want to see in the world, and then it goes inspired, and then Claptrap goes, yeah, you're right. I am
Dimebag
important.
315 in chat says, if someone were to start playing pre-sequel, what character would you recommend?
Oh, Doppeljack or Wilhelm.
Yeah, I would also kind of recommend. It depends on how much the oxygen system isn't as frustrating as it sounds. It's really not that bad. But if you find that it's this impassable thing you can't get around, Claptrap doesn't breathe air, so that's a good way around it. Claptrap is kind of broken in general, so I'm not sure I would recommend that. Wilhelm and Jack are both really good.
His randomized special. Like we're sitting there and I would hit it randomly. And all of a sudden it's like, and all of a sudden you just hear Ian just start laughing. He's like, I can't stop shooting.
That's what my wife and I were, and like eventually I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna kick off my special, and then suddenly we're just.
Oh yeah, or the one shot. Like the one shot might be one of the best things in the world, especially if you get it on a boss level or a raid.
Yeah,
because you're literally like emptying whatever bullet in your clip out in one shot.
Yeah, 200 bullets in one giant shot.
It's great. Like that thing is amazing, and it seems like you're not shooting as much because you're literally taking care of every shot you place. Because almost every one's a kill.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
What was the other one? Like now, once I get through the bottom of this skill tree, because I haven't got to the bottom special yet. Like the extra special, because I got to see what this rainbow nightmare is at the bottom.
Yeah, I never got there. I need to know.
But then like I went to the one on the far left. I'm like, what's the pirate ship? I gotta see the pirate ship.
All three of those is sort of like, all right, we have a rainbow nightmare, we have a pirate ship, and something else that sounds crazy. I want all of them.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna play with Claptrap for a while.
Yeah.
Or at least exploiting it as long as I can, and I go back to the new U station and just keep going. And I have the Traveler's the headpiece.
Oh, right.
Because that's what else you gonna do with Claptrap other than a paint color.
Yeah, exactly.
But he just looks so funny carrying a pistol, like that little.
It's just like right out in front of him, just straight out.
Yeah, like it's not like really attached to anything. Like it's just there.
Oh man. So good. I need to get back on that. I'm gonna.
It is. I'm serious. It is the best Borderlands game.
Yep. Someone posted.
I can definitely say that.
I think someone posted it in Discord the other day, saying like, "Thank you to Knobs for encouraging them to play it because they also agree that it's the best Borderlands." Like once you get over that hump, it's all gravy.
Well, yeah, and especially having like 2K Australia's like Australian wonk all over it.
Yeah.
Like, all right, I get it. Like, they're the moon and they're weird, and it's like Australia. And it's just like the weird connotations, like springs, and like everything up there makes sense because, like, oh yeah, it's like a different thing.
Yeah.
Like those are like different parts of the planet. Like, of course, there would be different dialects and stuff.
Right. Man, what a crazy game.
I can't wait to get to the point where I have my Jack playthrough level up enough that I can go to Ultimate Vault Hunter and see if that storyline is going to have different characters hearing the story.
Oh, right.
Because the Gage and Axton are in the Holodome. Like, they have like a short abbreviated version in this battle arena of the story of what you go through in the pre-sequel.
Jeez, that's fun.
So you have all these different characters and stuff coming all in around, and there's references from one and leading story arcs that go into what play out in 2, and you find out why Jack has a backup version of himself. You assemble it. For Tales from the Borderlands.
That's great.
Like, that stuff is all canon in this world.
Jeez.
like when you assemble the little Robo Jack with his little consciousness in it after you send him like a 5-question survey. And he's and Jack's like, oh, all right, make it say, I will destroy you. And then the little trap's like, no. And he's like, I would totally do that. Like, it's just, and Jack being like this likable guy on top of everything else, like, like him weighing with different decisions with the AI and stuff, and he's like, how long would that take? She's like, oh, sorry, that's just I wish Elpis had more time.
Yeah.
Like just like literally making a hard decision, like like I'll get back to you.
Yeah, like actually being a human again.
Yeah, and then seeing why he goes off the rails at the
Right.
end is so satisfying. And now it's understandable his motivation for two. Other
Right.
than he's just the new bad.
So good.
Kind of like my problem with Star Wars. Like, why is there a new bad? I don't understand why these guys are bad. Like,
Right.
you saw why this guy is bad. Like, it's
Yeah.
great.
This I can get.
Yes. It's awesome. I love that game.
Yeah. Anything else you played this week?
No.
All right. I played a little bit more Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I think I finished maybe like one more mission. I didn't have a ton of time to play it, so I mostly focused on cleaning up more burrows because you
Yes.
can kind of bang a lot of that stuff out pretty quickly. Just who was I talking to? I was talking to Musa and Mina yesterday when we were doing in between segments on Pup. This is one of the few games like Mina had only played Brotherhood, and AC4 2, and then Brotherhood and AC4. And I was sort of like, well, that's like all you need to play.
Yeah.
And I was like, this would be the one that I would recommend you play. This is another for people that haven't been playing each and every one of them. I can't recommend each and every one of them. This is one of the few high points where it's like, Brotherhood was really good. Black Flag was really good, but not as good as Brotherhood. But Syndicate is another one where it's like, yeah, you should go play this one. This is one of the good ones, and it's still really good.
Well, and that's was the surprise on my end because I was in the boat where I was just completely burnt out, and I only played Black Flag because it was free.
Yeah,
And it just seemed to be falling like it was free. I mean, the free was the perfect price for me for it though.
right.
But it was still falling on those same tropes that were driving me Assassin's Creed mad.
Yeah,
Like it
just like with an ocean.
yeah, it does some new and interesting things, and then I decided to roll the dice on Syndicate and totally skip Unity, and oh man, am I glad I did.
Yeah,
Because that game did a lot of things right that it needed to do, like to
Yeah.
really reinvigorate like my involvement in that series
yeah, man, it's so good.
and cleaning those burrows up. Like I just didn't go just one burrow at a time. I went from one specific mode at a time. Like
like doing
the
all
te-
the Templar
I did
hunts.
the Templar hunts and
doing
then
all like
all
the child liberation. Yeah,
yeah,
That's
and that's
smart.
kind of the way I went around and did it. That way, by the time I got into the areas I wasn't supposed to be, I knew how to get through them.
right. Yeah, I'm kind of doing the opposite where if I'm the right level for an entire burrow, I'll just clean out the whole burrow at the same time, because then that gives me the variety of missions where it's like, okay, I have 2 child liberations, 2 Templar hunts, one of those police missions. All right, I can do this. And then you can kind of organize them so you're not doing them back to back.
And actually, this is one of the ones that actually felt like when you cleaned out a burrow, I think it did this in AC2 really well too, where you like amazingly reduced the amount of NPCs you had to run into.
Yeah.
Like it did a fabulous job of making sure that what you were doing and cleaning up the burrows actually helped.
Yeah,
because the number your ground troops had increased and theirs had significantly decreased.
Yeah, because the interesting thing for people that haven't played Syndicate is basically you clean out a burrow and then a boss comes out and you fight them.
Oh my god, those are so good!
There's
like
like
you
this-
have that gang fight. Like,
Yeah, there's
it's
like this
awesome.
gang war on the streets, and you can kill them right then, or sometimes they escape. And if they escape, you go to another place and you have like an official duel. I would recommend letting them escape because the duel is actually usually pretty fun. And when you kill them, you just get on the back of a stagecoach and say, all you blighters, you work for us now. Either that or we kill you.
Yeah,
And
there
then
was
at that point,
all right.
you clear out that burrow. Like you have completed everything. You have a ton of rooks in the area, and like you said, way less blighters. So it feels there is still some there, so you can still do like public missions and stuff.
Yeah.
But you're not tripping over them at every opportunity. It's so good. Yeah, I really have to. My wife and I have been playing something else. The next game we're going to talk about, but yeah, I got to get back into this because I want to knock most of this out, get to the special side story stuff, and just kind of see this one through. And it's so good. But what my wife and I have been playing, and we actually just finished last night, was The Witness.
Oh, how'd that end up?
Good. The problem is I can't spoil it because it's still so new. So we finished. It seems like there's kind of two endings. One is you can get to the ending by finishing 7 of the 11 areas, and then just kind of going through the ending thing. And the other one is finishing all 11 areas and then kind of going through the whole ending thing. We don't really know how to do 2 of the areas. So once we got 7, we said, all right, well, let's at least see the ending. And we're planning on doing a spoiler cast, my wife and I, so we'll talk more specifically about all of that stuff in that. But I was really happy because the ending, I was sort of expecting the ending to be, well, you do this thing and you solve this really hard, unique puzzle, and then it just kind of ends. But what actually happens is you solve this really hard, unique puzzle, and then you go through these huge, giant puzzle areas that are super tough puzzles that start to incorporate all of the types of puzzles you were solving before. So it's not just...
So it's kind of building on itself?
Yeah, but in a really crazy way, because there were some other areas where, like, you would learn how to do these symbols in one area, and then you'd start another area, and they would take the symbols they taught you in this new area, and they would start combining it with stuff the game knows you've already finished. So you might get 2, maybe 3 kinds of things together. At the end of this game, and obviously still no spoilers, you're combining at times 4 or 5 different types of puzzles, and the game starts playing with your expectations and starts playing with how it presents the puzzles in a really interesting way. So it's not just, oh, I know how to do this puzzle. It's sort of like, well, crap, I would know how to do this puzzle if it wasn't for this other thing that they're kind of tweaking something about the game and like how the game fundamentally works. And at that point, you're sort of like, oh, well, that would be easy if it wasn't for this giant monkey wrench it just threw at me. So we finished it. Now we're gonna go back through and kind of finish all the puzzles and try and do as much as we humanly can. So I can't really talk more about it. I think at this point it's probably, now that I've finished kind of the base part of the game, even without experiencing some of the harder stuff, it's probably one of my favorite puzzle games. It's up there with Portal, it's up there with Fez, it's that same sort of quality experience, and that same sort of, not really, I guess it's those aha moments where you're sort of looking at it and it's like, and I've read and I've seen a lot of criticism of this game from people that honestly aren't patient enough, because this game continues to not really give you the answer, but it educates you about how to do these puzzles, and in every instance that you're running into new puzzles, you just have to either look around or listen or try some stuff out on the tutorial puzzles. It's all there. You just kind of have to want to puzzle it. So if you don't like puzzle games, don't buy The Witness. The Witness is a puzzle game. There's no narrative like Portal 2. You know, there's no, you know, even if you didn't really love solving the puzzles in Portal, at least you had GLaDOS and you had you know, Stephen Merchant's character, whatever his name is, I don't remember.
Wheatley.
Yeah, Wheatley. You had them to kind of at least pull you along. There's none of that in this game. It's really the game.
It's really on you to figure out and motivate yourself to get through it.
Yeah, because a lot of people, and it's so funny, and this just baffles me. People are like, oh, so your reward for solving a puzzle is another puzzle? It's like, yes. It's a puzzle game. Like, you solved this puzzle, so you get a harder puzzle. And it
Great,
feels
this
good.
is Tetris, and my reward is more blocks. This is ridiculous.
I cleared the board and I get more blocks, and yeah, like, and the reward for solving a hard puzzle is a harder puzzle that builds on the back of the puzzle you just solved.
Yes.
It's a puzzle game.
That all check. That logic is sound.
Thank you. So I feel Skill Nor Luck in chat says, how does it compare to Talos Principle? Unfortunately, I haven't played that yet, but now that we're playing through The Witness and both of us enjoyed it so much, I think that's going to be one of our next games we're going to play. We have to finish Oxenfree, and we're going to play Life is Strange. I really want to pick up Talos Principle because it seems like it has the same foundation that The Witness does, but adding on top of it the narrative of some of the kind of metaphysical stuff around what that game is trying to present. Which I think could be potentially interesting to layer that narrative on top of it. But man, The Witness is going to be super high on my top 10 list this year. It's going to be really hard for something. And people might hear that and go like, what? But this is a me game. It's a puzzle game. It's a little bit cerebral. It's really tough. We have pages and pages of graph paper that we have like beautiful minds scribbled on in like this language we know how to, like, all this stuff we've generated for this game, and it's so good. It's just, and to finish all of that stuff took us about 50 hours.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So like that's all we were doing. Like we'd get home, we'd eat dinner, we'd do all like everything around the house we needed to do, and between like that time and probably way later than we should have stayed up was Witness. And we finished 323 plus 1 puzzles at the end. That's what our save file said. That's not half of them. That's less than half of the puzzles in the game. So, boop. So,
is that because of the ones you failed, or?
You can't really fail any. But it's more like we didn't finish the other areas, and I don't think we found everything. It reminds me a little bit of Fez, where like you can kind of look at an area and be like, I don't know, that looks like a puzzle, or you interact with something that doesn't look like a puzzle, but it is, and you're kind of like, oh well, wait, how do I do that? It's like, okay, well we'll do that later. We'll solve that later. So there's a lot of that stuff where we either haven't finished an entire area or haven't found an entire area yet. So that's what I'm really excited to keep playing this game for, is to do the rest of that stuff. It's so good. I'm going to talk about it. I don't want to spoil it. We're going to do a spoiler cast. I don't want to keep talking about it because I'll just spoil it. But The Witness is $40, and that is expensive. And yes, it's a downloadable game.
Is it a good downloadable game?
But we got halfway through the game in 50 hours. So I think at the very minimum, I think we have gotten our money's worth so far.
And it kept you engaged for those 50 hours, which is a very trying thing to do anymore in a game.
Especially for a puzzle game.
Yeah.
That is fundamentally the same type of puzzle that you're solving in different ways the whole time. If anyone is really curious about The Witness, I would recommend going to watch the Giant Bomb Quick Look. They do a really good job of showing you the beginning of that game and showing you really early how the puzzles kind of twist and turn upon themselves. And then it's almost like what a demo would present. It would show you the very basic intro section, and then they tease kind of some additional areas of where you can do and how the puzzles change there. So, and if you look at that and you're like, wow, this looks boring as hell, don't buy it. It's okay to skip out on it. That's fine. Great. Someone on Twitter this week said, great games don't have to be for everyone.
Right.
And it's not. If you don't like it, that's fine.
Well, unless it's Asura's Wrath and you just beat wrong.
That's true. Very good. Very good. The next game I've been playing is I started Crypta the Necrodancer that came out for the PS4 this past week. I never really started it on PC for some reason or another. Man, this game is really good. It is a randomly generated dungeon crawling roguelike rhythm game. And
That sounds like just a random pull of words.
Basically, but what's really crazy about it is, first off, it has really great Danny B music. And it's basically you move or attack on
That's
the beat.
drum and bass for the layman's.
No, that's the composer's name. His name is Danny
DNB.
Baranowski.
Really?
It's like his stage name is Danny B.
All right, never mind.
Yeah.
I'm a jerk.
Yeah. Ooh, Talos Principle is $10 on Steam right now. Oh, I already own it, but yes, if go buy Talos Principle, it's supposed to be good. So what's really interesting is you move or do actions on the beat. So it's very much, if you have the, like a standard 4-4, you're moving, you're not typical roguelike games, you move and the enemies move at the same time. But in this game, they move on the beat. So if you're moving on, every 4 of the song going, the enemies are going to move at the same time. And if you attack, you have to attack on the beat. If you open something, you have to do it on the beat. So it's this, that's where the rhythm game comes, is the way you get, and the more you do that, and the more enemies you kill when you're moving on the beat and you're keeping that rhythm, the more your coins multiply. So if you kill 3 enemies on the beat, you get a 3 times coin multiplier. Instead of 3 coins dropping, you get 9. So very quickly you generate a significant number of coins, and then that allows you to buy way more in the shop so you can get way stronger. And there's something so satisfying about getting that beat down in your head and just moving and moving and moving and slashing and moving, and like the enemies move in different ways and attack in different patterns. So it has that great roguelike thing of going into a room and seeing all these enemies and trying to figure out in your brain, all right, I got to get this guy first so that I can get that guy, and that guy will hop into my path so I can kill him next. And the screen shaking, oh, and a dragon comes out over there, so I've got to manage it this way. But unlike a normal roguelike where you'd walk into a room and you kind of pause and sort of take inventory of everything around you, you have to keep moving on that beat so you don't lose your multiplier. So you really have to keep thinking on the fly. And it's so good. I know a lot of people really love it, and I'm really bad at it, but I keep coming back to playing it. And thankfully you're collecting these diamonds throughout each playthrough, and you can give those to a guy in the hub that will give you permanent unlocks, or more things will show up in shops in your playthrough after giving those diamonds. So thankfully, it's not one of those roguelikes where you're just trying to make it through as far as you can with the same set of tools. You're getting stronger and you're getting better items every time you go through and every time you play. It's really great. So far it seems really good. It doesn't have the overall, wholehearted recommendation yet, but it's really pretty outstanding. But whatever, screw The Witness, screw Crypt of the Necrodancer. The last game I played this week, Kairosoft released a new mobile game, Anime Studio Story. It's game dev story for an anime studio.
No.
Listen to me, Knobs.
Listen,
it's so good.
I can't do this again.
Knobs.
No.
Knobs, I'm deep in this rabbit hole. Please help me. Please save me. So for anybody that's listened for a while, you know who Kairosoft is. If you're a new listener, I have a problem with Kairosoft games. If you've never played one of their games, download Game Dev Story. It's $5. It will give you way more gameplay than $5 would normally get you. It's a management sim where you run a studio. They have other really great games. I would recommend Grand Prix Story, and there's one where you catch monsters and go in dungeons with them, and I never remember what that game's called.
Hold on. I think I still have it on my phone.
Oh, yeah?
Beastie Bay.
Beastie Bay. It's such a dumb name. That game is really good. Those to me are kind of the best. And then like Player League Story, where you start a soccer team, is really good. Some of their towns ones I don't really like. But Anime Studio Story, you get to run an anime studio and make your own anime, and this game is ridiculous. It's literally Game Dev Story. It's
Oh no.
the same
No.
thing you got going on.
I refuse to download this. I'm sorry.
Save yourself, Knobs. What have I done?
I can't do it because I play Game Dev Story way too long.
Yeah. The nice thing about playing another game that's the same as that one is you kind of know how to game the system really early. Where it's like, okay, I got to switch these jobs and I got to get these people leveled up, and I got to train them so we can unlock new types of shows to make, so I can make that dragon detective show I've always wanted to make, and it makes that a little bit easier. But yeah, I need to stop. Please, someone help. So go download Anime Studio Story. If you've never played Game Dev Story, you should probably play that one first, because I feel like it does a lot more with calling game things. Like the Nintendo is the Nintendo in that game, and it kind of comes out like they have a Virtual Boy that comes out and is really expensive to develop for, and then dies like 2 years later. Like it's really good. So Game Dev Story, if you've already played that, I'm so sorry. Download Anime Studio Story. Animal Studio Story will probably be the next one. But that's all I've been playing this week, so let's take a break. Help me, Knobs, please.
I don't know how to save you for that one.
I know. And what's terrible is I was just looking, I was like, oh yeah, Kairosoft. I haven't played any of their games in a while. What do they have out? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Shit.
This is what I'm doing for the next 3 months. We don't have a lot of stuff to talk about in the second half of the show.
Did you see Titanfall's making a companion TV show?
I had heard that. Is that a rumor, or is that for sure? I'd originally seen it as a rumor.
That came out. Usually IO9 is pretty good.
Yeah.
That just pops up on there. Sequel 2014 Respawn's multiplayer mech game, which is now leading me more to believe that Titanfall was a proof of concept
and like getting the engine down.
Yes, that was a very pretty beta test then.
Yeah, let's include this rumor then about the single player mode here.
Yeah, well, it is saying there's single-player mode in this article. Like, interviewed Stearns confirmed that Titanfall will have a dedicated single-player campaign, and that the studio will be partnering with Lionsgate TV to develop a TV series. I mean, that seems a bit more than a rumor.
Lionsgate. Yeah, Destructoid is reporting it as a rumor here. I've seen it as a rumor on all the other gaming sites here. Let me see. I think it's mostly because it hasn't come from Respawn. Series
isn't
writer.
Isn't Stearns in there?
Yeah,
Stearns
I didn't know
Respawn.
who was Stern. So yeah, lead writer Jesse Stern sat down with the interview with Forbes. So I'm gonna remove rumor from that then.
Yeah.
Unless he wasn't supposed to talk about that, but it seems like an E3 thing. But that's okay. Shut up, Forbes. I don't care about the quote of the day. Christ. Promises a grounded, dirty, and human world. Ooh. Forbes. Forbes actually does do some really good video game writing.
Come on. It's fist.
Yeah, what else do we have for news stories here real quick? I don't need an excuse to talk about Binding of Isaac's iOS version right now. I think that might be my limit for Binding of Isaac, is I don't think I'll play it on iOS.
I don't think you need to.
That's one too many platforms, I think. I don't really feel like talking about Unsung Story. It's not super interesting. Other than, what the hell?
Oh, your website sucks.
Thank you to Skill Nor Luck for following this show. Appreciate it. Thank you to LLJ1280 for following the show. Thank you very much. Let's get rid of some of this
Yeah,
stuff.
thanks. Thanks, pal.
Okay. All right. I am ready whenever you are.
I'm
Not a worker anymore. It's so hot.
step in my office.
It's so hot in here.
How can they be making this? There's no website for it.
What are we looking for?
That Street Fighter Resurrection. I want stuff. I need it. Mars next month. I need to know something.
Just shake your monitor. I want stuff.
Yeah.
Oh boy, somebody's grilling.
So.
Oh, it was you? Oh, that smells so good. What are you doing over there?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Hi.
What?
What's going on?
The internet.
I want this stuff.
I just want to watch this.
It's not
All right,
out
so
yet.
if it's coming out, there's got to be more information about it than just, hey, this is the name of it. Hey, let's go check out the website for Assassin's Fist that just has Assassin's Fist stuff.
Next month.
I don't want to wait.
Only 3 more weeks.
Ah!
Got Valentine's Day to worry about in between.
Ah! Oh, shit.
Whoops.
I should probably sort that out.
A little bit, yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna buy some records. I'm terrible at gift giving.
Get a
I
gift
bought her a
card to the
washer and
Sizzler.
dryer, and everyone called me an asshole.
I'm better at being an asshole, alright?
I'm serious. I did, and oh man, you'd have thought I just gave her a rat piece of dookie.
Hello there, Computer Geek 77727. And my favorite area code.
But yeah, so I did that, and then of course their hookups weren't correct because everyone told me it was something else. So
Right.
now she's got two just sitting in her basement. Just how do I rectify that? I don't know.
I don't know, dude. It's out of my wheelhouse.
Like, man, if there was an award for best intentions gone wrong, I mean,
The road to hell is paved.
like literally, it's all she's like. I really want a front loading washer and dryer. I was like, hey, I know someone that's selling a front load. What's your hookup? Oh, they're electric. Perfect.
Great. They probably have those.
Load them up, grab them in, put them downstairs. They're fucking gas.
I don't think you can do anything about that.
No, there's nothing you can do unless you're going to run a new 220 line from the breaker to that out, and put that plug in. I'm not an electrician. Oh,
It's probably just...
Isn't your stepdad an electrician? Yeah, but you know what they say? The shoemaker's children don't have shoes.
That's true.
Like,
It's probably cheaper to buy a new washer and dryer instead of running a new 220 line.
it would be.
Yeah.
But
Man, if it was...
and again, like everything is like, you should have checked it out, asshole.
yeah, it's
I'm
like,
well,
I tried.
you know what? I saw the outlets. I was like, huh, that looks a little weird. Maybe it's a newer model. Maybe they don't need that crazy ass gigantic plug.
That's fair. Who's
And
keeping
then-
up on washer and dryer technology in
And
2016?
meanwhile, their gas line is like chameleon into the wall. Like until I got to unhook it, I looked down and then I saw the crinkle yellow line. I'm like, oh fuck.
He's like, son of it. I messed up, everyone.
I'm
so sorry.
What's wrong? Well, your dryer's gas.
They sure do look nice, though.
I swear.
You did a nice thing, though.
Or do I go again? Do I like? Because she was asking for a new laptop, so I can
No.
afford a new laptop.
Best
for
Buy
her.
gift card.
No, but isn't that worse? Isn't that more disingenuous?
I'll go with you. We'll pick it out. I will pay for it. We'll buy it together.
and then some chocolates. I don't know. I'm horrible at
What
this.
happens if you get her like a laptop with a terrible trackpad, and like she just can't use the thing?
No, I mean,
Or maybe
she
she loves
works
the
in
little nub.
education. She uses like the Lenovo for work, like that.
Blech.
So anything's gonna be an upgrade over that.
That's true.
Like I figure I can drop probably $7 on a nice Asus with an i5 in it, and it'll be like magic.
That sounds right. What could go wrong?
I'll drop it coming in the house.
You pick up a fucking MacBook Pro, and
It's
she's like,
like
"This is
you're
what you wanted, right?" And she's like, "Get the
Splash.
fuck out." What could go wrong?
What else? Like, so I got this. I was like, I don't know. Do I try and rent Tony Bennett? I don't like.
What could go wrong?
I don't know.
Local man kills Tony Bennett in his own house. Quoted saying,
With
"It
the
was an
lap-
accident."
No, I killed Tony Bennett with the laptop.
A laptop fell from a high place. Killed Tony Bennett.
Oh, I slipped on his hair gel. Whoop. Notebook to the thorax. Fatality. It's-
What
Oh,
could go
man.
wrong?
Oh man, for all those people that watch the show live, get a treat every week by me losing my mind over something dumb.
Yeah. Over a genuine accident.
Yeah.
Trying to do the right thing.
And you know what? And for those who know me, none of what we just discussed is outside of the realm of possibility for me.
It's not surprising.
Well, yeah, all right. Lawyer up.
It's like one of those Avo commercials.
Oh man, and there's like that dude. Like I am the personification of mayhem.
Yes.
Like that scene on the motorcycle where he gets the motorcycle. It's like, you know, let this guy ride your motorcycle. Yeah, and then just whoop, T-boned it.
I'm a 16-year-old girl. Tee-hee.
I'm the latest snow on your roof.
Oh, it's so good. All right, you ready to start?
I gotta dig it up now as I closed it. Well, I should have just done it through Drive, but. What? You think we're working with knobs? It would be an interesting day.
Yes.
Oh, we have no idea the amount of weird shit I have to deal with on a daily basis.
The amount of casual mayhem that happens. Not extreme, just casual.
I think I have to say you have one job like every day to
Yeah.
somebody I work with.
To somebody in your life.
Yeah, like the dude, like, all right, so we're remodeling. We knocked down a couple walls. And we put the absolute worst person in charge of this. We
Naturally.
started demo in late December, and it is still not done. And all right, so anyone that's all right, so your guy, we figure this is common knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So you're putting in a new like kitchenette thing. You're gonna put cabinets in and stuff. What do you think where you would start with? Like, all right, so the walls are up, it's painted, electrical's done. You would start with putting the floor down.
Mm-hmm.
So you put the cabinets on the floor.
Right.
So you don't have to cut in around it.
Right.
No, cabinets went in first, and now he's cutting in this little stuff. So there's all these weird little cuts in this laminate floor that's going around. And he's like, "Well, I've never done laminate. It's a roll. Like, I'm like, you glue down this side, you roll it out, you cut out your things that you need to get around, and it just fucking sticks to the floor."
It's like a sticker. Just put it on the floor.
Well, it's diamond plate, and I was like, it's a flat, rigid surface. It doesn't matter.
It's a giant floor.
So he's like, well, there's these gobs of old glue from the old glue factory. It was like, I can't get it out. I was like, did you try a torch?
Yeah, heat it up and scrape it.
Well, no. I was like, well, how about you try a torch?
Yeah.
So well, I don't have one. You just bought one the other day because the lock was frozen. You charged it. I can see this stuff. Not crazy.
Get a lighter. Who cares?
So he torches it, and it gets off all his lips. And he's like, oh, but this big one just doesn't do anything. It's like, all right, so if heat doesn't work, what do you use?
Plasma.
I don't know.
Wait, slag energy.
It's like no. The guy from Airgas was just here. Go get a tank of liquid nitrogen.
Yeah.
Because I really want to see you freeze your foot off.
That would be pretty great.
So
Litigious,
anyway,
but great.
So he does. So he calls up. He's like, well, they only sell it in 100 liter, canisters, and I was like, okay, clearly that is too much. You understand that, right?
We don't want to freeze the house.
So all right, so here's your next step. Go get some dry ice.
Sure.
Well, that ice isn't gonna be cold. It's frozen carbon dioxide. You fool.
It's dry ice.
It is.
You fool.
It's like there's liquid nitrogen, and probably halfway in the middle between ice and that is.
And you can get a little bit of it.
Yes.
Like enough to put a steak in.
So I was like, he gets in, he's like, so I got the dry ice. What do I do now? Take it out of the bag.
Put it on the fucking floor.
Right, take it out of the bag. Well, no, hold on. Before you unwrap it, put on some gloves.
Yeah, don't touch it.
Well, why? Because it's dry ice. Just listen.
It will burn you.
Said. So take it out. It's a little plastic bag. Set that on there for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then try and hit a corner off and see if that works.
Yeah.
So 5 minutes go by. He goes like, tink, and the thing just shattered. And I'm like,
weird. I'm also sending you back to 4th grade. We're going to go back to 4th grade science class.
This is what happened when children don't watch Mr. Wizard.
That's true. Now you have Bill Nye the Science Guy.
I know, but
we've always had an equivalent.
Like it's this lack of problem solving. It just drives me bananas.
The thing that drives me the most crazy is everybody has a smartphone. You have the internet in your hand. If all you need to Google is, how do I get glue off of a blah type of floor? Like, how do I get glue off of concrete? 5 million results.
Yes.
Watch a YouTube video saying, oh, well, I got this dry ice, and I put it on this thing, and look, it came right off. 5 minutes.
Oh, man. It's mind blowing. Like, it just...
Mind boggling.
You sit there like... He's like, well, you know, I was like, all right, Tony, can you go out and help these guys with this thing? And he's, well, I don't have a shovel. Go buy a shovel!
Get a shovel. They sell them.
Like we have accounts, like, everywhere! You don't even have to pay for it!
What's the closest thing? They'll have a shovel. It's winter.
Like, oh, I have this crack-filled thing, and I need to go. I was like, well, you work with us in construction. We do this shit every day, dude.
Yeah.
Like, like...
You have one job.
Like, oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, and then, so he's like, well, you know, they built the closet too big. Well, how big did you tell them to build it? Well, I gave them this drawing. And I'm looking at it, it's like, how would they know how big to build it if you didn't put a dimension down here?
It's just a box and it says closet in it.
Yeah, that's all it was. It was like a floor layout. And he's been doing this for 2.5 months. It's 500 square feet.
The life is getting sucked out of me.
This is what I deal with every day.
I'm so sorry.
I go in, and then he comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, can I cash?" I still can't. I'm a responsible human being. When I do my hours, I write down everything I did that day, put a date on it. I was here from this time to this time.
Yeah.
Email it off to the boss. Money comes back because I can say that I was there working, doing something.
Yeah.
He hands me 2 pieces of little paper that he had printed out. Like, you know, he like made a form, like a tear-off sheet, with like through Curry Copy. People would do our forms and stuff from his own and it says top. Instead of just saying our sheet, it says Tony's our sheet. I'm like, ugh.
I made this.
So anyway, so he hands me this, and it's like, he's like, well, I got 24 hours from this week and 38 hours from the last the week before. I'm like, What did
Why?
you do?
How?
He's like, well, I need to be here for the contracts. They don't show up till 4 o'clock. Why are you clocking in at 8?
I thought you guys might need me.
Oh my god. And sending him to fetch something is just, he will, like, he always comes back with food.
I got hungry on the way.
Tony, I'm out of 3-ring binders. Run to Office Mac, pick up, a box of paper, blah blah blah. Docket Gold notebooks. Those papers so nice.
Yeah.
I love Docket Gold. So and he'll come back with the cheap Office Max Gold and the cheapest paper that gets jammed up in all our printers.
It's like paper mache thin.
I was like, so how much did you save? Oh, I saved $3.
Oh, well, thank God.
I was like, well, I'm glad I'll be able to buy a stamp or two.
Here's a Nobel Peace Prize.
To just buy what we ask, man.
We're a company, we can afford the $3. It's not your money.
Dude, I got like a ridiculous amount of money in the bank that we earned from last year. Let's spend a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we need to go buy a truck.
Right.
Like, it's not like you're gonna get a big ticket item.
I just want nice paper. We can afford it.
Just want nice paper so I can do this.
We can afford 2-ply toilet paper. We can afford the nice paper.
Oh man, that cheap toilet paper thing was just ridiculous.
Yeah. Nobody wins.
I mean, luckily that toilet can flush a dachshund, but this, like...
Thank God.
It would, oh man, that wouldn't fly at my house.
Yeah. We have standards here. God damn it.
I don't even know if I flush a Kleenex at this point.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Let's do this.
I'm all...
Now we've gotten that out of the
way. Serenity now. All right. Ready in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody. We got releases this week for February 8th, 2016. Firewatch for the PS4 and PC.
I'm pretty excited about this. I think this is another game on the pile of shame for my wife and I. So, pretty cool adventure game. Fire watching in the Pacific Northwest. Looks like it's a cool little mystery adventure game.
Yeah. All right. Unravel, that cute little yarn thing for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC.
I'm looking forward to that. That seems like a fun little platformer.
Alrighty. And lastly, Assassin's Creed Chronicles Russia for the PC, PS4, and XBO. Is this the side-scroller one?
The third one of them, yeah. There's apparently a triple pack out now, so if you wanted to try all of them, they kind of came out very suddenly. It's very weird.
This is what, Liberty, China, and...
It's China,
Russia?
India, and Russia.
Oh.
Yeah. Liberty was the Vita game?
I think that's the one with the lady pirate.
Yes. Or is that Liberation? It starts
Liberation.
With a lib.
Yeah, it's an L word.
Yeah.
But it starts with something. I mean, I think they were very progressive to have a racial, that pirate.
Yeah.
They're progressive.
Yeah, very progressive on the pirate front.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to news stories. So remember last week we talked about Insomniac's new game, Song of the Deep? And we were surprised. Hey, GameStop is publishing a game. That seems like a great idea to diversify their portfolio.
Mm-hmm.
GameStop came out this week and said, we're not trying to be a publisher. Why do you guys think we're publishing stuff? And I just...
Because you're publishing a game.
Come on.
I feel like I'm having the same conversation again.
Am I taking crazy pills? So they're saying, like...
It's the same look!
The literal quote, GameStop's Mark Stanley told MCV, quote, "We are not attempting to be publishers here," end quote.
Yep, great.
Then don't publish a game. The crazy thing about this is, I don't like beating up on GameStop too much because it's tired. Everybody's had a bad GameStop experience. Everyone's had, you go in and somebody behind the register tells you something nuts, or you overhear something nuts. We've all had that.
Uh-huh.
I was ready to get excited about GameStop. Like, guys, you made the right choice. Like, you bought ThinkGeek last year, and that has probably turned out okay for you. And here, you started publishing games. That seems like such a great idea. And now you say some crazy stuff, dude.
Because that's what they do.
That GameStop does as GameStop does.
I tend them rabbits, George.
Yeah.
I tend them real good.
Next news story.
So let's hop into that and just be like, well, it's a one-off.
Yeah.
At least admit that you're actually doing what you say you're not doing.
It's a one-off as much as this show is. It's episode 433, but we're not trying to be podcasters. We just make an online-only radio show every month that goes in an RSS feed. I don't think I would consider us podcasters. That's crazy.
No.
Nope.
Why would we do that?
We're audio content creators.
That makes no sense. That's like podcast is a dirty word.
Yeah.
Like,
how dare you?
no, I'm a radio host.
Right. I'm an online radio host.
Yeah.
I'm a radio caster.
We're game jocks.
Oh, God. Next news story, Yahoo Games. Rest in peace.
Oh, who played Yahoo Games anyway?
Everybody.
What?
This is like Pogo, dude. This is one of those dark horses that continually has the same amount of traffic forever. People still play Pogo games.
I do. I still play Pogo Euchre.
That's crazy.
I know, but it's the best one.
Heaven help us when Pogo goes away.
Oh, I will lose my mind. That's
Yeah.
the only way I stay sharp for those those aren't tournaments anymore. That's sad.
You can be the change that you wanted in tournaments.
Yay!
So good night, Yahoo
right.
Games. See you on the other side, I guess. We talked about Titanfall 2 last week, saying that it's going to come out somewhere between October of this year and March of 2017, which by that point we'll probably say, ooh, yeah, more Titanfall.
Yeah.
Now coming out, the series lead writer Jesse Stern sat down with an interview with Forbes and said it's going to have a dedicated single-player campaign alongside its previously spoken for multiplayer experience. That seems great. That seems like a good thing that a Titanfall sequel could have. Because the first game had a quote-unquote single-player campaign, which was really kind of a tutorial that was kind of online and just didn't work very quickly. Sort of the other side of this, too, is they're also, I guess, working on a sci-fi TV show with Lionsgate?
Yeah, that's a good fit. I mean, I think they could do that craziness with Lionsgate. Either that or Legend, I think, would be the other one they could get away with.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, that universe, I think, is pretty ripe for the taking as far as, you know, big robots and dudes. I mean, war, man. War.
It could be... That sounds like something that would be interesting to watch, at least, because it wouldn't be like, well, Band of Brothers did war pretty great, so why should we try it? It's not like, oh, another CG-based parkour and robot fighting series. The third one this year.
Well, I'd be kind of okay with it because I kind of like their take on robots.
I think it would be really cool.
It would be interesting.
Yeah, it's worth a shot.
I just find it weird, like the insurgents and whatever evil Federation Empire guys would have the same amount of technology at their disposal.
The Evil Federation Empire.
Yeah. Like, I just don't understand that. You know, there's no parody. No, there's a parody, but they're too close to each other.
How so? Like they both want the same stuff, or
no. Like they're technology wise, like they're like weapons wise, like.
So it's like you have the GDI and you have the Nod. They're very clearly different.
Yes.
One's gold, one's red. We got it.
No, not just paint scheme. I'm not looking for everything to be decked out in Hyperion yellow.
That would be pretty cool.
It would be cool. It just pops.
But like everybody has the same pistol and everybody has the same sniper rifle and all that.
Like I would imagine, and I would like to see that more on like the mag level. Like
I was just about to say,
keep bringing it back.
So mag.
So anyway, mag is awesome.
Right.
Like have those factions have a distinctive flavor to each of them, and that would be interesting to see fleshed out in either single player campaign and or the TV show.
Well, and it could be something that differentiates Titanfall from the rest of the pack, because
Yes.
it would matter more which side you're on, even if it didn't go the mag route of, all right, I'm going to pledge the evil Federation Empire.
Yes.
I am EFE to the core.
Right. Yeah.
Or I am good guys. I'm GG to the core.
No, I'm Sever.
Yeah, Sever. I'm X or I'm Sever. It's a good callback there. That would maybe make it a little bit more important of, but I guess, how do you balance that at that point where it's like, great, now this match you're on the team that you hate. Your EFE and their sniper rifle sucks.
Well, yeah, and that's where you would be, like, you would have to have an allegiance commitment to it.
Yeah.
And have a consequence if you didn't like them. Like,
Hey, if they want to make mag with robots, I'm 100% in.
I think it would be great.
That would be all right. I get behind that.
I consult.
Yeah, I've solved all your problems.
I do.
Put robots in mag.
I'm an
Boom.
ideas man.
Where's
Problem
the check?
solver number 1.
All right, let's move on to tweets
I
here.
am Ichiban problem solver.
Number
one.
Adderblank39 writes in, Knobs talking about Titanfall love last week. The movement in COD Blops 3 and Advanced Warfare are great too. Would you give them a try?
No.
I think the thing is, I've heard so many good things about COD Blops 3 being really great, and Advanced Warfare 3 is the one we're on right now,
Yeah.
also being really great. There's something about those games that's just never clicked with us.
Well, it's I would think it's even one step deeper. It's like, I am notorious for brand loyalty.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, hence my love for Sega.
Yes.
Hence my allegiance to Best Buy.
The sinking ship.
I'm keeping it afloat, one purchase at a time.
That's true.
But no, I mean, it's like, I found a game that I really had to learn to enjoy.
Yeah.
And
like, you had to work at it.
yes, and I felt rewarded for the efforts I put into it. Now I would feel, now just weird personality on my end, I would feel weird going into the Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
Yeah.
Because I had already committed my time to a Battlefield or Titanfall. Like, that's...
Well, and also there's a time commitment too. Like,
You call me a hipster too, because, like, those are too popular for me.
well, and also, like, I think more importantly, like, most of us have jobs, and you can only really commit to one multiplayer shooter at one time. You can't really play multiples and get really proficient at multiples at the same time. And Battlefield really clicks with you. So you've tried Call of Duty in various forms over the years, and they don't really work for you. So a new Call of Duty comes out, and you can kind of look at it and be like, oh, okay. Sure.
Yeah, because I mean, in all honesty, like, it was back to the Xbox days when my dad bought me Call of Duty 2, and I was like, "Oh, this thing looks amazing. You should like this, right?" I hated it.
Yeah.
Like, this is not my deal. Like,
Yeah.
I don't.
It's not my bag, baby.
I mean, at that point, like, I was Unreal all the way. Like, that was the only thing that captured my mind. There was another game that I'm, like, weirdly loyal to.
That's true. Through its ups and downs. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, everybody says they're good, and everybody says the new ones are really good. I can appreciate that academically, and I can look from a distance and say, those do look really good. Like, I can see these improvements they've made. I'm good. No malice. If you love them,
yeah.
great.
And, you know, in a weird way, I was weirdly curious about the one with Kevin Spacey in it. Like,
Sure,
I really
yeah.
wanted to see
That one seemed all right.
What's wrong with Kevin Spacey hamming it up?
Yeah, what's
I love
up
it.
with binary Kevin Spacey?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's... Sorry, and it's one of those things, too, where, like, I don't really care if anybody likes those games. It's fine. Like what you like.
I mean, it's a known quantity. You know what you're getting when you buy it every year, and it doesn't quite have the right motivation on my end, because it just feels that the Battlefield just seems to have a little bit more going for it that I enjoy on a personal level than when I played the Call of Duty games.
Yeah.
And it didn't feel like a walled garden.
Sure, yeah.
Like I literally felt like as I was improving in Battlefield that I was improving my shooter skills, significantly as I got better and with the equipment and learned how to use them more accurately. Whereas in Advanced Warfare 2, and the only reason why I bought it, I'm one of those guys, because it came with night vision goggles.
I mean, you have to know yourself.
But I played that game and I jumped into multiplayer. It felt like a walled garden to me. Like there was things going on. I'm like, this is crazy.
Well, and it's one of those series that it's very similar to how Assassin's Creed is now, where it's sort of like you start it and the game almost assumes that you know how to do the base level stuff, and it's kind of building on top of that.
Right,
and
but without that year-to-year instance, I feel like I'm left behind, and I'm okay putting that off to the side and just say, all right, that's not my bag.
Yep. Moving on to emails, Billsford writes in, now I know, or hey guys, hi Billsford.
What's up?
Now I know Boston is still playing AC Syndicate and Knob's already finished, but I was wondering if you guys had checked out the Dreadful Crimes missions. In these missions, you go full detective mode, relying on your eagle vision and sleuthing skills to find clues and solve murders. I did the first one of those, and that was super cool. I don't know if you did any of those that had like the little magnifying glass on the map.
No, I didn't do them.
Oh, they're pretty cool. They're it's kind of like a Phoenix Wright plus Batman's detective vision. So it's a lot of like interrogating people and finding clues and accusing people of crimes and
Jacuz.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't think it's really required for anybody to go through, but it seems like they're trying something different, and it seems like it works. So kudos on that. He also says, I was wondering if you guys would be checking out the Jack the Ripper DLC. I feel like it's some of the strongest DLC content in the Assassin's Creed franchise, delving deep into the dark mind of Jack the Ripper 20 years after the events of the base game.
Huh. I'm a little interested about that now.
Everybody keeps saying, like, man, you got to play the Jack the Ripper DLC. It's awesome. And I was like, really? And apparently it's a whole different skill tree. Like, it sounds kind of cool.
Alright, I might throw my hat in that ring.
Yeah. I know there's a season pass and there's another like big DLC pack coming along, but I don't know if I would. I don't think we know what it is yet, so I don't know if I would recommend that, but that seems pretty neat.
Alright. I'm optimistic. I'm curious.
Yeah. You've piqued my interest.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
As I twirl my mustache.
Indeed. All right, that's all the tweets and emails we have this week. Thank you very much, everyone, for writing in. If you'd like to visit us, you can do so at TVGP. Tweet us. You can visit us at tvgp.tv. Tweet us at tvgp. Email us tvgpfans@gmail.com. Everything else, including the Discord server, is on the right-hand side of the page.
And don't forget to join the forums. Please mark yourselves on the map. Join us for our week of game nights. Monday night is the OG Battlefield 4. 10 p.m. EST on the Xbox One. Do not be shy. Come join us for some fun and some very, very off-the-wall conversation.
Yeah.
Tuesdays, Destiny. Wednesdays, Rocket League on the PS4. And Thursday is Steam game night. And hey, if we're on and around, don't be shy, cowboy. Come and join us.
Yeah. Don't forget the TVGP Game Club. Right now, voting for 34 is going on. You still have a couple of days to finish number 33, which is Asura's Wrath.
Won't take you long.
You got time.
Oh, yeah.
Knock it out in an afternoon or two.
Order that game right now as you're listening to this on Monday, have it, and finish it by the time we record on Thursday.
That's true. So go check that out. Please go vote in the forums for number 34. I talked about him earlier in the episode. 3 pretty interesting games, so you can't go wrong there. And if you want to watch us live, twitch.tv/E1M1 Network every Sunday. You can check us out. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you all next week.
Borderlands.
Anyway, Borderlands. All right, I have 6 titles.
I got none.
Okay. Backpack full of cinder blocks, a gajillion blasters, a teabagging opportunity.
No.
Yeah,
I like it, but no.
I like it. I like how it sounds. But
I do
Australian
too, but no.
Wonk, which I kind of like. The Evil Federation Empire, which I also like. And Binary Kevin Spacey.
I like Australian wonk.
I kind of like that one too. It's punchy. I like a punchy title.
Did you see that video in Australia of that hawk attacking that chick on the bicycle?
Yes. So good.
This is why I can never go to Australia. I like Australian people. We had
You
one
wouldn't leave.
in college. That place would kill me.
Yeah,
I get attacked by everything.
that's true. You get attacked by everything now.
In
You live
Ohio. Where nothing technically can kill me.
Yeah. Oh man. All right, let's start in 3, 2, 1. This is That Video Game Podcast, episode 433 for February 8th, 2016. Australian Wonk.
Come on.
It's so weird.
Ah.
All right, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. For the couple of you in chat that are buying Battlefield 4, let's do it. Xbox One. Hit
Yes.
up this guy, JKnob33, on Xbox
Oh, yeah.
One. Download his $24 with all the DLC. Go get it. That's so cheap.
Oh, yeah, and it's a lot of DLC.
Yeah.
You're probably at least 6-7 hours to install all of it,
Yeah.
depending on your connection. But
Yeah, just put it.
I'm not just saying it's 6-7 hours long.
Get it queued up, go to bed.
It feels that long, but it's probably 2.
Yeah.
But
Queue it up when you go to bed. You're fine.
yeah,
All right, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I will see you next week.
laters.